And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Thursday, November 2nd. I am Josh Engleman here to break down a 4-game NBA slate. It's an easy one. It's not 13 games like it was yesterday, so we should be able to dig in a little bit deeper and have some fun. Hope you guys had some success last night. I did not get a dub, but I'm very happy with where my lineups were. We're going to evaluate that in a second, but first, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody here. Thumbs down to OT in the Clippers-Lakers game, that's for sure. Thumbs down to Jordan Hawkins not being able to make a shot. I had a very big Jordan Hawkins stand, and I needed him to just not be that. Good enough, but not good enough, if you know what I mean. Yeah, good morning, everybody. I have a feeling we're going to have a pretty thin crew for today, but that's okay. You know, you got Thursday night football, 4-game NBA slate. This is the kind of show we have where, like, the real process people are here. So, to everybody that's here right now, good morning. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're here now on a Thursday with NFL going on and stuff, every single person that gets in the door should hit that like button. Thumbs down to Bain and Simmons. Yeah, I lost my prize picks card went 1-1. Jakob Poeltl had it almost immediately. And then I had Triple J, and he was trending for it, but they got destroyed. It was so bad. By the way, Dylan Brooks smashed yesterday, so I talked that one into existence for sure. Told you guys. Oh, man. Yeah, I was watching a bit of that Grizzlies game because it mattered to me. And then all of a sudden I was just like, well, I guess I should turn this off. This is awful. It was tough. It was real tough. But good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm intrigued by the Bucks right now. 7th in offensive rating, 16th in defensive rating. I mean, like, if their defensive rating stays 16th, I think that's fine. Their offensive rating is probably a little lower than I would have expected. Although, look, like, so much of everything the Bucks want to be is Middleton. I know that sounds ridiculous, but, like, if he can't be a true third best player, it doesn't really matter about Dame and Giannis. Like, they don't have enough. You're not going to get there with Malik Beasley and Jay Crowder and Marshawn Beauchamp. Like, if Middleton isn't Middleton, this doesn't matter. Middleton hasn't been that in, 2 years? 56% true shooting last year. 31% from 3. He might just be done. And that breaks my heart as a Middleton stan. You guys know. Well, that water hits the spot, but not as much as this coffee is about to hit the spot. Let's get into it. Let's break down results from last night, all that good stuff. So, I got a coffee. I hope you guys do as well. Coffee, tea, water, beer, whatever you have. You've got food, joints, whatever. One of these days, I'm going to go get Taco Bell for this show. Maybe whenever I pick up my win, we're starting the day with Crunch Wraps. But anyway, I got the coffee. I hope you do as well. Rise and grind, folks. That's what we do around these parts. We wake up at 6:30 and we talk about the minutes the backup basketball players are going to play. No, not a lot of people are doing this. Probably 58 based on the number that I see on my screen. But it's nice to see the 58 of you. Cheers, everybody. Good luck tonight. All right. I'll hit this question. Why not? Off subject, but did Alex retire, and what happened to Rinpack? Alex greatly reduced everything that he's doing to live a normal life. He's been grinding pretty hard for years and years to be able to be number one in the Roto-Grinders rankings. Whatever you want to say about them. You want to say that that's not like really the number one? Sure. He's a millionaire because of it now. But you have to play constantly. He was playing every slate as much as possible, and that grinds on you. So he met a lovely woman. He is a newly minted father, and he's just living life without having to do DFS stuff 24/7. But he's still in contests from time to time. You'll see him in like the NFL and everything. MMA Streets, Alex is still around. He was on our NFL show to start the season. We wanted to debut him for the Sims tool and stuff. But yeah, he's just got a lot going on in his life right now, and he's enjoying himself. I'm happy for him. Shout out, Boss Man. I doubt you're watching this. Maybe you are. Maybe you're up with the baby at 6:30, and you're like, I wonder what Josh is doing. So if you are, what's up, boss? What's up, boss? And then what happened to Rinpack? It's a good question. I know he was in school. I haven't talked to him in a bit. Still around, as far as I know. I know playing a little bit less. But I haven't talked to him in a bit. He might have got a real job, honestly. I should reach out. That's a good question. I hadn't thought about it. When I'm not in basketball mode, I'm not really thinking about anything because I just see different people in a different way. But that's where we're at. Bushy, do you mean Rinpack was in chat yesterday? Yeah, there you go. He's still around. But yeah, like, I mean, he was, for all the time that you guys saw him, he was deep in school, so. All right. Oh, let's do one more thing. Banner at the top of the screen. NBA lineup generator, $4.99. Promo code is NBA Treat. I really think that this is a fantastic tool for the large majority of the DFS community. I know I'm going to talk about Sims a lot, and we talk about Sims a lot, and they're great. I love them. If you have the money to do it, do it. Not everybody's just going to have $200 a month of income to just throw at our NBA Sims tool. I understand that. Lineup generator is going to get you where you need to be. So we basically handle all the simulations on the back end. We get rid of all the lineups that don't grade out well, and then we present the rest of them to you. You guys can click save if you like it or click discard if you don't, but it's just going to constantly pop new lineups back up on the screen for you. You can lock players or swap players. You can make them contrarian or balanced or chalky, whatever you want to do there. But this is perfect for the person that's playing like 1, 2, 3 lineups, something in that neighborhood. You can go upwards of 20 via CSV if you want to. Really great mobile option. So if you're interested in it, it's $4.99 for the first week. You're not going to regret a $4.99 purchase for a week, and it gets you in the door. Lets you see what we've got going on at Stokastic.com. So link in the description. Thanks, guys. All right, let's share that screen now. Bang. All right. So let's take a look at results from last night for the 150 maxers. What we've got here, I'll show it right now. This is the chart with Stokastic, pre-lock ROI or post-lock ROI, a secondary source of this information that is not me, completely independent of me. I blend those bad boys together. I check to see if people were positive in both, because it's kind of easy to see who uses one site and who uses the other. And then I normalize those results to get a little bit of a better read on it. I was 35th last night out of 105 max entry guys. 35th to 105. I was positive on both sites. There weren't a ton of people that were positive on both sites, but there were 26 people that were positive on Stokastic and my independent source. I was one of them, and I ranked 15th in that sample. I'm very, 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 very happy with where my lineups were. Larry, it doesn't. I'm very happy with where my lineups were at lock and then after some swaps. This looks really good to me. So I can't ask for anything better. I'm very happy to be positive on both. You see 1-800-HEADY hanging out here. You see DeColts hanging out here. You see Tom hanging out here. I think I can make that a little bit bigger. Tom, positive on both sites. Me, positive on both sites. Eddie, positive on both sites. Steve, positive on both sites. I think that should be really helpful information to people. I think you see what I'm alluding to, but these are really good numbers to see. There are names on this list that you don't see. Just putting that out there. One other thing I'll show. I do have the overall results of everybody that has maxed over the past 3 days. I didn't go back and get the first 4 days of the season, but I can work that in at some point in time. So this is the entire list of everybody that has maxed at least one of the 3 slates. I'm just going to remove the people that only played 1. This is everybody that has played 2 slates so far. 2 of the 3 this week. 93 people have maxed 2 of the 3 slates. I am currently sitting 34th, so above average. I will certainly take that. I don't want to trade that at all. Eddie's going to be up there. Tom's up there. Steve's up there. You're seeing the goods. You're seeing the goods. But that's where we stand for right now. We're going to review this every morning, but I got to let you know each morning. I want you guys to see why you watch. I want you guys to know these things. And for right now, 22nd overall yesterday. Positive ROI across both. No doubt about it. Victory. So I'm circling October 31st there, but the point still stands. The point still stands. Here are my 3 for the week if we want to just look at it like that. The short slate wasn't my best, but still positive on both. I've been positive on both on all 3. I really love it. So I'm very happy with the start of this basketball season. We're going to pick up a dub one day, and boy, oh boy, is this process show going to be a party by the time we do it. All right, let's get into basketball then. And if you guys ever want to see anything else like that, by all means, let me know. I'm happy to dig into any sort of advanced data and things if people want to see it. All right, I'm just getting my minutes table set up on the left side of my monitor here. I'll tell you what, guys. We haven't really talked about it, but my new monitor is the shit. The shit. 48-inch ultra wide. I love it, dude. I got so much screen real estate now. It's the best. Nick, assuming you're asking me what's the best way to put together a Prize Picks card, assuming you have a wealth of what you think are positive ROI plays, the best thing that you can do is go to 6. 6 plays on Prize Picks has the lowest amount of rake. 5 is second. They are your 2 best things. Did Stochastic pay for it? Did Stochastic pay for what? My new monitor? No. No, I don't think they were going to buy me a $1,000 monitor. I could have asked. It's not out of the realm of possibility. There's certainly some things in this office that they have purchased. But now this is for me. If I leave Stochastic, I'm not giving this monitor back. I love this shit. Yeah, this is not going anywhere. Yeah. So, Larry, that's really not there for any major reason. I just needed a... So, I guess you guys don't know this. Or maybe you do. So, Larry, like when I'm doing the show, my screen looks like this. I'm zoomed out so that I can see those minutes and still talk to Adam. But when I'm doing this, I zoom in because I don't need to see the minutes. I could see them somewhere else. Yeah, Ryan, they should not have bought me a ridiculous 48-inch monitor. It's not necessary for work. They bought my camera. I also would prefer to own my own equipment. It's my equipment. No one's telling me anything different for all of the things that I have. But it would be, I mean, they've purchased tons and tons of cameras and microphones and computers and shit for everybody. I don't need it. I want my own shit. I don't want them to purchase me a computer. I want a brand new MacBook. So, Ashton, I don't even know what that is. Sorry. All right, Toronto Raptors. 8.5-point underdogs in Philadelphia, 216 total. I'm pulling up the injury report. That is not going to be all that relevant for the Toronto Raptors as they are on a back-to-back. Jake Puddle went crazy last night. So we don't know anything for Toronto. They were at pseudo full strength. We knew that there was no Precious Achiuwa. I'm just not going to project Precious Achiuwa to play today. I think that's the easiest thing to do right now. I really don't think I'm going to make too many changes to this rotation. 27 minutes for Jake Puddle seems fine. Barnes minutes looks fine. Schroeder fine. Yeah, I don't really. Holy shit! Did Otto Porter really play 15 minutes yesterday? What? I didn't know he was healthy. Was it garbage run? Holy shit! Otto Porter was in the rotation yesterday. In place of who? Nobody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he was in the 10-man rotation yesterday. I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one coming at all. So Otto Porter in the rotation ahead of Jalen McDaniels. That's something that happened for sure. Definitely could take the Chris Boucher minutes down a bit. I'll go. I mean, what's funny is Otto Porter's. I'm going to project him in now, and I'll bet he doesn't play today on a back-to-back. That's absolutely going to happen. All right, so all the starters didn't close because this game was long over. Boucher just barely played. Bucks aren't necessarily the great matchup for him. Dick and Flynn all played. There's just not a lot of minutes to go around for these guys. I went 17 Grady Dick, 10 to Flynn. 10 to Flynn is too short, but not by a lot. I don't think any of it really matters. I guess I'll go down one more on Boucher and get to 8 on Otto Porter. I don't know where to get the minutes from. Like, OG Anunoby would have played around 30. I got him in 33, but like I still expect him to play about 33 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any other changes here for Toronto. Rates are the same. Let's go to the Philly side. This one we can talk about. And I assume this one's going to be truly crazy. So, okay, Nick Batum is out for today. Their G League, their two-way guys are all in the G League. So we're not going to get Batum. But by all accounts, I think we get Kenyon Martin Jr. and Robert Covington. So let's try to figure this out. I'm going to go 35 minutes to Tyrese Maxey. I'm going to go 34 minutes to Joel Embiid. Man, I don't even know what they're going to do at backup center now, too. This is going to be fun. Like, I know it's going to be Paul Reed, but, like, what does that start looking like with some of these wings? All right, 35 for Maxey, 34 for Embiid. You don't have PJ Tucker anymore, so let's get Tobias Harris in there. I'm going to pop him in at the 3 for right now. Harris has played, I mean, I'm going 35 like Maxey. I think that makes a lot of sense. DeAnthony Melton. Oh, Kelly Oubre stepping into the starting lineup from what I remember reading yesterday. So I guess we're going to get... Let's look through their rotation for their last game and really think this through, because this is going to be pretty important. They last played, what, the 30th? Not the 30th, I guess? The 29th. Wow, Philly hasn't played in forever. That's probably really good for Joel Embiid. All right, so I guess we're gonna bump Harris up to the 4. That's gonna get Oubre in at the 3 starting, and then DeAnthony Melton. Melton plays about 30 minutes. I think Oubre playing 32. And then we fill out the rest of these guys. So let's say Pat Bev gets that backup point guard run. think they integrate Robert Covington. The real thing they need to be doing is playing Kenyon Martin. I just don't know if they're going to do it. Kenyon Martin should be ahead in the rotation of Daniel House. So Covington is next. I mean, Marcus Morris isn't going to play. So let's get Covington out there for, what, 16? I'm going to go 13 right out of the gate because that's what's left over at the 4. What the fuck? God, Popcorn Machine has Matisse Thybulle on the Sixers for that last game. That's funny. Yeah, Honey Badger, no one actually likes that. Okay, so I guess we're going to get, what, House and... Who am I missing in this rotation? I have 8 guys. House and who? I guess... Is Kenyon Martin Jr. really not going to play for this team? He has to. He has to. He's not even bad. He should have been playing already. Hmm. 64% true shooting last year. It's all at the rim. Let's work these guys in. So let's do House and Kenyon Martin Jr. I don't know if that's going to be the case. That's going to take throughout the week, but that's where I'm going to go. So let's bump Oubre down to the 2. I can't go 17. So let's get at 47 minutes for 3 dudes. It's going to be 15 or 16 apiece. I'm going to go 16 to Covington. I'm going to go... I don't want to go 16 to House. And 15 to Kmart. I don't know who that 10th person is going to be. Or even 9 and 10. I think there are 8 right now. Batum will be one of those guys. And they're going to bounce these dudes around, too. I think they'll probably, like, rest one of these wings. Got to remove Felipe Petrusev for sure. I feel like I'm missing somebody obvious here, but I'm just not. Yeah, I know what you mean there, S&P. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to say that Martin plays today. It feels like a good thing to do, too. You bring all these guys in. If you know Batum's not going to play, I think you got to get Covington out there, and I think you got to get Kenyon Martin Jr. out there, too. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm probably underselling DeAnthony Melton's minutes. I'm going to give him another one just to really thin out this House stuff. I think Kelly Oubre can play a lot more than 32 minutes. I just don't want to go there just yet. I don't want to be too aggressive. Actually, what I need to do is give Beverly a couple extra minutes. That's where I'm missing them. So we'll take him down to 14. We'll take him down to 14. We'll actually take him down to 13. That feels a little bit better. Bumping up Beverly was the issue. Now, rates I don't really have to change. What I will do, though, is take a look at props to start the day. But from a rate perspective, it's not really... Like, there were no changes. Harden wasn't playing. All right, so for the Sixers, points prop on Embiid right now is 29.5. I got him at 31.5, so I'm going to walk that back a hair. Maxi's at 24.5, juice to the over. Okay. Well, what is Tyrese Maxey's usage rate so far? Philly, get stats. Only 3 games. Maxey, 116 minutes, 26.5% usage rate. Okay. I don't want to give him too big of a bump here because I'm 2 points short, but I'm going to keep my eye on Maxey. Harris is at 15.5. I got 17. S&P, I think Oubre might hurt Harris more than Maxey, because Maxey's just going to have the ball a lot. Whereas Harris, I think he starts to hurt. I think Harris is the next guy down that starts to matter. Oubre projected for 16.5 points. I got him at 13.3. I think that's at least a little telling, and I probably need to bump those minutes. 23.5% usage rate. Oh, no, that problem is a usage problem. Let's get Harris first. Harris at 15.5. I'm at 16.5. That's fine. I got to get... Let's check Melton, too. Melton is 9.5 juice to the under. I got him at 11.7. Is Melton about to lose some minutes, too, for some of these wings? Which I don't hate. He is a little miscast. But Melton's usage rate so far this season in 87 minutes is 16. So I'm going to pull Melton's down a bit. That gets him to 10.5. Now I feel okay. So now I can bump Oubre's usage rate back up to like 23. And that gives him 17 points. That's a little higher than I want. Let's go 22. 16.3. All right. I like that. I like that quite a bit. I also have Maxey in for 5 assists. That's the only other one I want to make sure I've got. Yeah, 5.5 is the line. That works. Embiid, same? Yeah, okay. All right, I think that works for Philly. Let's look at Toronto props quick before we evaluate Toronto. So for the Raptors, points props. And these should be pretty easy. Siakam's at 20.5. That's exactly where I have it. Scotty Barnes is at... All right, Scotty Barnes' points prop is 19.5. I got him at 16.5. 3 full points, and I got him at 36 minutes. So let's take a look and see, is he shooting significantly more so far this season? Scotty Barnes, 178 minutes in 5 games, 25.5% usage rate. Yeah, so Scotty Barnes has been very different offensively. If I bump him up to 23.5, that gets him to 18. I'm going to go to 24.5. Yeah, 18.8. Okay. Big time bump to Scotty Barnes. So that feels pretty good. Got him at 24.5% usage rate, which is still a full point below where he's been in the year. And I think that makes a lot of sense. We had to figure out who was going to be soaking up some of that new Fred VanVleet usage. Dennis Schroeder, I got around 14. Probably a little light there. Has he been shooting a little bit more than I would have expected? 20%. Yeah, we could bump Schroeder just a hair. OG Anunoby at 13.5. That's exactly where I have him. Jakob Poeltl at 8.5. I got 10.5. Knock that down a notch. Feeling pretty good here. Barnes assist rate. 4.5 for Barnes. 5.5 for Schroeder. What are the props? 4.5 for Barnes. 7.5 for Schroeder. Juice to the under. Let's take a look at Schroeder's assist rate so far. Massive bump. Okay. I'll run that higher a little bit. Get him to 6.2. Let's get up to 11. Perfect. All right. Let's evaluate this first game. I feel really good about the way that we just broke down Toronto and Philadelphia. So as I look at the Philadelphia side of this one, Joel Embiid 11.5 certainly stands out on DraftKings. Maxey 8,400 stands out to me. Melton still works at 5,500. I don't mind Tobias Harris, but that's tricky. I don't think any of the new dudes are worthwhile value plays. Paul Reed's probably a little too expensive to pull any shit with a backup. I think, and then we've got Oubre. Small forward, power forward, 5,800. I think you're really only going to the starters for Philly. I don't think you could justify their backups. And I just assume that we're going to have a little bit more value somewhere else. All right, on the Raptor side, yeah, no one's looking as good. Oh, Otto Porter Jr. must just be Otto Porter on FanDuel. No, or is it the opposite? Yeah, he's just Otto Porter. Okay. Otto Porter Jr., Otto. All right. Yeah, if I'm going to someone from Toronto, it's Barnes. 8,200 point guard, small forward. I don't think Siakam's too far off that pace. I mean, Barnes has been nuts. 1.36 fantasy points per minute so far for Scotty Barnes. Has he been good in real life? Check the game EPMs. All right, by the way, it's 7 o'clock, 150 viewers. Man, you guys are going to be at like 67 likes or something. I'm a little nervous to look at this. I don't want to yell at you guys, but I might have to. Yeah, Barnes has been pretty good so far. Plus 6.2 EPM last night. Plus 7 against Philly a couple nights ago. At least neutral for the other games. Good start for Barnes. All right, likes are at 69, which is nice. It is nice, but it needs to go higher, guys. We want 100. We want 100. S&P. I think he can be real, but I don't think he could be a guy. Like, he's always going to need, I'm going to say Damian Lillard, but that's good. You know, that is the like explanation of him. He's always going to need an end of game creator. He's really just like a, you know, like if you compress Giannis a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's holding, but I don't think it's holding for, in your mind either. 59.7% true shooting. At least not with, like, range. If he's getting to the rim, that's fine. He is not Scottie Pippen. That's a terrible comp. Not yet, at least. Maybe, like, one, you're greatly underselling Scottie Pippen's defense. I don't think that Scotty Barnes can get to Scottie Pippen's offensive ability. Defensively, he has those sorts of tools. But I don't think that he could be Scottie Pippen offensively. I don't know. Maybe he could. Maybe he could. Oh. Well, that's... Sure. I mean, everybody needs somebody else. There's like 5 guys in the league that don't need anybody else. So, but Scotty Barnes will need like specific people, not generic people. Barnes is a younger Westbrook. No. Scotty Barnes will never be as talented as Russell Westbrook was offensively. That is insane. Russell Westbrook is a insane offensive legend who was active defensively, but rarely good. Russ had a 3-season stretch of plus 5.8, plus 5.8, plus 6.8 offensive EPM. Scotty Barnes will never have that. Not even close. Maybe Westbrook now offensively. Scotty Barnes does not score like Russell Westbrook. No. Untrue statement. Very, 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 very untrue statement. We're comping his... We can't comp Scotty Barnes to a first ballot inner circle Hall of Famer. Can't do that. Can't do that one. I mean, they both can't shoot. That's like, that's probably better. All right, Josh Gillum. Normally, everything you say is wrong aggressively. That one's more in the ballpark. But we're still, like, dramatically overrating Scotty Barnes' offensive ability. Scotty Barnes isn't good offensively yet. He kind of can't be really good. It's really hard to be exceptional offensively without being able to shoot threes, and that's just not something he's going to do. Great piece of a team, though, for sure. And the best play that you can get to from Toronto tonight. Detroit Pistons. Yeah. Look, it's the offensive comp here for everything. It's the offensive comp. I mean, to be fair, I'm still not a huge Scotty Barnes guy, but he's also 22, so. Okay, Pistons. So Pistons are on a back-to-back too, which is actually an issue because of Jalen Duren not playing and then Alec Burks being a scratch, which was hilarious. I'm actually going to... should we assume Duren plays? Oh, they're playing the Pels on a back-to-back too? This is irritating. No, Justin Sports. Scotty Barnes is not very good offensively. That's an insane thing to say. We can't just call everybody very good. That's nuts. Very good is like 20 people. And Scotty Barnes is not one of the 20 best offensive players in basketball. He's average offensively. And I want to be very clear here. That's good. Like in the way that you're going to use very good, being average on offense and defense is going to get you paid like $20 million a year. So we have to redistribute the way that we use words. Scotty Barnes is not very good offensively. He's average. Average. But average is valuable. It's incredibly valuable. Who will be a good comp for this? Who was average offensively last year and played a shit ton? Like Evan Mobley was average last year. Kyle Kuzma was average last year. Scotty Barnes, plus 0.5. You know, right around average. Tobias Harris, like, average is still great. Look, he's 22. If we're calling him very good now, what does that project to? He's got 6 more years of development. Now, look, he's great. He's great. Toronto made a great pick. Offensively, I don't think Scotty Barnes isn't one of the 100 best players in the league. I think that's very, very safe to say. All right, let's do so for the Pistons. All right, chat. Let's end this Scotty Barnes nonsense now. Now, you didn't listen to the next sentence, Tizzlemane. Do we assume Jalen Duren plays today? We do, right? Like, he's going to play. When did Alec... All right, Alec Burks got ruled out for a forearm injury? Huh. I'm going to assume... I have to assume Duren plays. So let's get Duren in for 32. We cut Wiseman's minutes. We get Bagley back out there for backup run. Stasser with the big game yesterday. Oh, Asar Thompson's not going to play today now too, right? He he sprained his ankle? Or was it Amon Thompson? Which Thompson got hurt yesterday? I thought it was Asar, but did they both get hurt? Or was it just Amon Thompson and it's confusing? Okay. Amon Thompson got hurt. Okay. That's going to suck for a while, guys. I knew I saw it, but in my mind, it was Asar. Yeah, Justin Sports. Not only is he not in year 2, so that helps. You wrote that twice. You doubled down on the wrong answer. Congratulations. It's his 3rd season. Hilarious. Hilarious. All right, so then I think I could leave Asar Thompson out there. I don't like the idea of projecting Gurin, but I don't have a choice. I do need to free up 2 minutes from somewhere. I'm going to project Alec Burks in there, too. I can't believe how little they're playing Jaden Ivey, but I guess that's just a coaching thing. I guess I can cut maybe a minute or 2 minutes off of Joe Harris. That's really all we need. 26 for Burks might be a hair high, actually. Let's take that down to 24. And I think the rest of this holds. I'm going to keep the rest of the rates, but for right now, we're putting Jalen Duren in the game. Wow, 34% true shooting on Killian Hayes so far this season. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yikes. Pelicans. Back-to-back. Don't know the status of Brandon Ingram. Didn't play yesterday. Well, this isn't really a fun game to talk about, guys. What do you mean you think you are? You're doing that right now. Josh Gillum, you must have turned over a new leaf over the middle of the night. Yeah, LeBron's still awesome. It's almost like he's the best player ever. All right, well, I guess we're projecting Brandon Ingram in today, too. Let's get BI back in there. Let's get Zion back down to 31. 26 for Joe Val. All right, that does not appear to be happening with any sort of regular. Did he get... Yeah, we're fine there. 18 minutes for Nance. Oh, they're ramping Nance up 23 minutes. That's good to see. Herb Jones. I'll bring down Dyson Daniels. Bring down Jordan Hawkins, obviously coming down. Not going to play nearly as much. Matt Ryan, not going to play that much. Going to do something like that. Kira Lewis, backup point guard. Rest of this looks okay. I don't even think there's going to be props for this game, so we might not have anything else to look at. There are. All right. On the New Orleans side, Zion's at 25.5. Cool. CJ's at 21.5. Joe Val's at 12.5. Herb Jones is at 9.5. All right. So, yo, Ryan, congratulations. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Shout out Ryan. Got second in the 4-point play last night. Turned $4 into $4K. That's what we're talking about, baby. Love to see it, Ryan. Congrats. Those props make me feel like Brandon Ingram shouldn't be projected in, but that is not how this game is going to work right now. Or maybe it should. Maybe it should. I'm going to make some small adjustments here to usage rate just to make things look a little bit cleaner. TJ is at like 23. I will keep that. BI in his 2 games was at 30. Not going to keep that. Joval and then Zion. Zion's at like 31. And then Joval at 21. So I think we're good there. New Orleans Pelicans projections are just going to be tough to do right now with the Ingram news because that really does move a ton of usage. And then on the Pistons side, Cade's at 22.5. A little light there, but that's okay. Beef Stew's at 12. That's fine. Asar Thompson's at less than 10. That's fine. And then Hayes is at less than 8. That's fine. And we don't really know the status of Duren yet. So that's really all that we can do. Pelicans. Look, if Brandon Ingram plays, he's my favorite Pelican. 8K, shooting guard, small forward. We want him to play. We absolutely want him to play. CJ looks fine at 7,200. I think Dyson Daniels is not all that appealing. Joval's okay. Zion's really difficult to get to. Brandon Ingram, if he plays, is the best guy. If Ingram ends up out, you bump Zion a little bit. CJ will look amazing again, especially on this 4-gamer. Probably like one of the highest owned guys on the slate. And then on the Detroit side, if Duren is playing, I actually think Killian Hayes is really interesting. 6,800 for Duren, not a problem. No real priorities. Cade looks fine. But if Duren is out again, Bagley 4,400, we are going to just have a ton of him once again. Played 33 minutes last night. If you knew Bagley was getting 33 minutes, you'd have him in 100% of lineups. So this game just needs news. Hit that like button. 176 people. I'm going to assume we're at 100 now. 87. Sleeping on it, guys. Let's do this. All right. Orlando Magic. 1-point dogs in Utah to 222 total. At least Orlando's not on the back-to-back. Utah obviously is. No real interest in anything weird from Orlando. I assume John Isaac is back in the rotation. But Orlando should get projected pretty easily. Franz in for 34. I like that in a competitive matchup. Paolo in for 34. I like that in a competitive matchup. Wendell Carter for 30. Fultz for 29. Suggs for 27. 24 to Cole Anthony. I'm more than okay with this rotation. Other than, let's go 15 to Mo Wagner, 14 to Ingles, 14 to Isaac. Yeah, that works. Let's hop over to Utah. Utah on a back-to-back. They beat the living shit out of Memphis last night. I'm going to keep the exact same rotation I have for Utah right now that I did yesterday. Einsteinium. Bagley, yes. TJ, no. Everybody played Bagley. He was the best play on the slate. You had to have him. I had 83%, I think. But no, TJ was not a good play yesterday. No matter what he did in that stupid blowout. Okay. Chris Dunn was really bad yesterday, too. Yeah, I'm going to keep this inside this same Utah rotation. I don't really see anything that we'd be able to actionably change on the back-to-back. We're not going to really have their info either. So on the Utah end, Lauri Markkanen, 24.5 points. I got him at 24.5. Cool. Clarkson at 15.5, but it's juiced to the over. I have 16.9. That works. John Collins at 13.5. That works. THT at 10.5. right at that number. Walker Kessler, 7.5 to the over. Like it. Nailed Utah. So then we check out Orlando. Orlando is going to be tricky for me all year. I want them to be so much better as a team. New coach, SMP. They had to give him the shot first before they dump him, is my guess. They were like, all right, maybe we need one change. Turns out he's not any different. All right. Franz Wagner, 18.5 points prop. Nailed it. Paolo Banchero, 16.5. Little high. Walk him back by a minute. 18-1. I'll take it. Wendell Carter Jr., 11.5. A little high. Who's stealing usage for this team this year? I think that's probably the more interesting question. Franz is at 25. If I give Franz Wagner 25% usage, he projects for 20 real points. I'd have to take time away from him. Can't do that. Paolo's at 22%. Is he just tired? Like, what's happening here? Wendell Carter Jr. is at 16. I'm going to knock that back down a half notch. That's fine. Fultz at 11.5. That's a little high, too. What's Fultz's usage? Who's shooting for this team? Is Cole Anthony just coming off the bench and letting it sail? 18 for Fultz. Takes him down to 12.5. That takes him down to 11.9. Suggs is at 10.5. Perfect. All right, let's evaluate this game. Mark, nice. 5th place in the pick and roll last night. That's good stuff, man. That's a tough contest. All right, on the Utah side, it's very clearly $5,400 Jordan Clarkson. That price is stupid. He is probably the best play that we've seen so far. If he might be behind, he'll be behind CJ if Ingram's out, and he'll definitely be behind Bagley if Duren is out. But Jordan Clarkson is going to be very popular today. THT looks fine at 5,100. Kessler, Markkanen, both okay. But Jordan Clarkson's that dude for today. He is not priced correctly. Load up at 5,400. Ryan, you're not. Once every 12 months. All right, let's look at the Orlando side. I don't think these guys are going to look all that good. And remember, this is in Utah, so that's at elevation. Wendell Carter Jr. is fine at 5,700. There's going to be centers. Cole Anthony, honestly, is probably your best option at 5,200. I don't really like the Orlando side. Franz is fine. Paolo's fine. I don't really like much here. Orlando is definitely the worst team we've looked at so far. Close it out. San Antonio Spurs hosting, on the road, taking on the Phoenix Suns. 8-point dogs for the Spurs in Phoenix, 225 total. So we're running this game back, I guess. That's what's happening here. Neither team on a back-to-back. Beal out. Devin Booker questionable. That's a pain in the ass for the 10 o'clock game. Faux show. For the Spurs, though, this should be relatively easy to project. I don't think they've been screwing around too much. No. We got 34 minutes in for Devin Vassell. Love it. I got 32 for Keldon. Cool. 30 for Zach Collins. Cool. I got Wemby in for 28. Cool. Sohan in for 28. Should that be 29? Yeah, I think 28 works. Trey Jones for 24. Fine. Chetty for around 20. Perfect. Malachi Branham, 18. Okay. McBuckets, 14. Close enough. We'll go 17 and 14 here. And then finally, Charles Bassey, backup center minutes. I went 13, and I'm cool with that. No other changes for San Antonio. Phoenix, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit different. We need to project Devin Booker in, folks. We do indeed. That's going to be a little bit different for us today. Booker only played in the opener, which has been a long time ago now. Well over a week. So as we go back to the opener against Golden State, we think about that starting lineup of Booker, Okogie, Allen, Durant, Nurkic. Let's assume they're going to do that again. They should not start Sexton over THT. That you can't play. You don't want to play Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson together in the same backcourt. That is impossible. That's not a pairing that needs more minutes. That's a pairing that should basically be staggered as much as possible. All right, if Booker's back, look, if he plays, he plays. I'm going 34 minutes to Booker. We get Grayson Allen in at. Actually, let's hit the reels. So we'll get Nurk 27, 28. That'll work. Nurk for 28. Eubanks for 18. AD for 35. Josh Okogie in for 30. And then I guess we get Grayson Allen in for... All right, so why did Grayson Allen play less than that opener? He played 20. Eric Gordon soaked up a little bit more. I'm going to go 24 to Grayson Allen to start. Eric Gordon is playing... I'm going to go 28 to Eric Gordon. Who else are we missing here? Watanabe probably needs something like 18 minutes. Who are we missing? Jordan Goodwin, backup point guard. That's basically it. Point guard, that is. All right, 11 minutes to who? Nas Little? That works for me. Oh, let's try this. All right, so that's going to be Phoenix. But now we need to think about what these rates are going to look like for having Booker back. Because obviously Kevin Durant is going to look a little bit different having D Book around. So let's say played in game, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. We'll include last year. It's not going to be a big sample. But we're going to say that Durant and Booker played in the game. How many games have they played together? 9. Is that can't be real? Is that real? Is that real? No, it's not real. All right. They played 20 games together at this point. Booker with a 29% usage rate in that time, which is basically like himself. And then KD with a usage rate of 28.5 in that time. I think that makes some sense. I think everybody else just sort of gets what they get. I don't want to make too many changes or assumptions. I'm guessing we don't have props on these dudes. Yeah, we only have Durant, who's at 28.5 points. I got him at 27.5. So I like having Booker in there. I'm going to leave that projection for Devin Booker for right now. Let's just close this out with San Antonio. Take a look at their props. I can't imagine anything needs to change here. Keldon Johnson, 17.5. That works. Wemby, 17.5. We need to bump Wemby a bit. Does that need to happen? Wemby usage rate so far this season, 20, 29, almost 30. Okay. Pump that bad boy up a hair. Get him up to like 26.5 or something. That works. Sells at 17.5. That works. Collins at 11.5 juice to the over. I have 13.4, so that's fine. And then 9.5 to Sohan. A little high on that one. What's Sohan's usage rate so far this season? Sohan is at 18 and change. I got him at 19. Pop that down. We're perfect. All right, let's evaluate this final game before we run some crunches. We start on Phoenix. Assuming Booker is in, I think he looks better than Kevin Durant. Booker, point guard, shooting guard, 9,500. Kevin Durant, 10-8, but power forward eligible. If Booker's playing, he looks really good here. Josh Okogie is probably the best Sun. 4,500. Nurkic, I don't mind. Not as much value here as I thought. They priced up the backup centers. Like Drew Eubanks is 4,500. On the Spurs end, $6,300 Zach Collins, probably your best option. $4,800 Trey Jones is probably going to be more popular than he should be. Devin Vassell is the best overall play for the Spurs. Well, guys, interesting four-gamer. I hate this. On a normal night, I would hate these start times. 7, 8, 9, 10. You just like constantly are checking and late swapping, but it's okay. Not a huge deal. Let's run some crunches. Let's see what we got. Again, thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button. Plenty of content coming up throughout the day today. NFL, Thursday night football. You know what we got. All right. Let's grab the DK projections first. Boom. Get that up on the screen. Let's take a look at DraftKings Optimal for Thursday, November 2nd. What's happening here? NBA DraftKings. Oh, okay, that was weird. 251.8. Oh, God. Uh-oh. S&P, get ready. 251.8. Optimal lineup by 0.4 is Killian Hayes, Cole Anthony, Brandon Ingram, John Collins, Joel Embiid, THT, Josh Okogie, Jordan Clarkson. Why the fuck is Killian Hayes in my optimal? What do I have him projected for? Oh, God. Oh, no. You guys don't see what's on the screen, but my Excel crashed, and I do not know the last time that I saved. I think I saved it right before I did anything. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let me resave this document quickly. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. All right, we're good. We're good. What do I have Killian Hayes projected for? All right, so I have Hayes in for 28 minutes. I should probably take a minute away from that for sure. 0.82 fantasy points per minute. Might even be a little bit aggressive there. But if I take 1 minute away, I'm guessing he doesn't show up in the optimal anymore. So let's take Hayes down to 27 and we bump up Sasser. And let's rerun that and see if that removes him from the optimal. I don't want that to be my optimal lineup. Very true. Very true. All right, let's try this again. Optimal lineup, DraftKings. All right, we got him out of there. Cool. 1 minute was all it took to get him out of the optimal lineup. I got two lineups that hit 251.3. THT, Cole Anthony, Brandon Ingram, Oubre, Wendell Carter Jr., Clarkson, Collins, Markkanen. Loving the Jazz today. Or CJ, Clarkson, Ingram, Collins, Wendell Carter Jr., THT, Franz, and Zach Collins. Both of those lineups hit 251.3. Even Excel couldn't handle seeing Killian Hayes in the optimal lineup. That's good, Robert Bickerstaff. That's really good. All right, let's see who all shows up if you run 50 with no randomness. I mean, not that I'm surprised here. Jordan Clarkson's in everything. Wendell Carter Jr. is in a lot of things. That feels aggressive. He's been not good so far, but price is down. You know, he's down a couple $100. He'll have a breakout game at some point. BI, if he is in, one of the better plays. John Collins, Kelly Oubre, THT, Cole Anthony. It's a pretty gross slate. Let's check and see what it looks like with some randomness. 150 with 100% randomness. Jordan Clarkson, far and away the number one play. Brandon Ingram at 2, John Collins 3, Josh Okogie 4, Wendell Carter Jr. 5. Let's check out FanDuel. On the FanDuel side, let's see. Where is it? Where is the FanDuel projection? Got it. Every time. So annoying. I really need to build out some like pivot tables and stuff for my information. I've been incredibly lazy about it. All right. Optimal lineups on FanDuel. 287.04 is the optimal by 0.19. Jordan Clarkson, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Kelly Oubre, Brandon Ingram, Tobias Harris, Zion, 7,800 on FanDuel, much better price. Pascal Siakam, and then Wendell Carter Jr. Look, Wendell Carter Jr. is normally over a fantasy point per minute guy. I have him at 0.98, so there's nothing to know. He's just a good play. We don't. That's all it is. You'll see him pretty high in the ownership if I had to guess. Let's throw on some randomness and figure out the final step for today. 150 lineups, 100% randomness. What do we get? Top of the heap in FanDuel. Beef stew, 38%. But not a lot of separation at the top. Lots of dudes in the 30. Beef stew, Franz, Cole Anthony, Kelly Oubre, Siakam, Banchero, Clarkson, Harris, Williamson, Markkanen, Fultz, Zach Collins, all 30 to 38%. Yeah, this is an ugly slate. For real, for real. But what are you going to do? We got a 4-gamer on our hands, folks. Looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Well, guys, I don't have anything else. Anything else you guys want to see? 217 people in the house. We are up over 100 likes. I don't really have anything else. I'll have contenders and prize picks out. I'll have what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, strategy show at 10 o'clock with Adam. I don't think there's anything else for the NBA later tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm off. I hope that I read my calendar correctly, actually, now that I think about this. Because I'm going to be really irritated if I see this. So I am on a show tonight. That's unfortunate. All right. Well, turns out I'm doing a show. That sucks. I'll see you guys for the deeper dive in the strategy show. I thought I was off. I don't know why I was off last week and now I'm not off this week, but great. Great. Anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. We close out the work week tomorrow. Don't forget, sign up for the NBA lineup generator. Link in the description. Promo code NBA Treat. It's good to see you, everybody. We're going to get on out of here. Talk to you later. Peace.